Hi, professors and researchers. Myself, Dr. Manjunath C., currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Chemistry, RV College of Engineering, Bangalore, India. The purpose of making this video is to share my research expertise and also for possible collaboration in the field of nanomaterials and their applications. Currently at Nano Rasayan Lab, RVCE, we have synthesized various nanomaterials and focusing only on two applications, the electrocatalytic applications and photocatalytic applications. In that, we are working on electrochemical water splitting hydrogen production, electrochemical sensors, and photocatalytic degradation. And we know that the materials that we have synthesized are also being used in various other applications like batteries, fuel cells, supercapacitors, gas sensors, actuators, solar cells, and various biomedical applications, optoelectronic devices, magnetic data storage devices, RFID, and materials for IoNTs. I'm looking for researchers who are expertise in these applications to help us in studying these applications for our nanomaterials. So let us look at some of the nanomaterials that we have synthesized at RV Nano Rasayan Lab. This is the sun image showing the iron oxide microspheres with uniform shapes and structures without any other morphologies been synthesized in our lab, iron oxide microspheres. And this is another morphology of iron oxide that we have synthesized in our lab. We could successfully prepare the beautiful hierarchical dendritic structures of iron oxide leaves, which are similar to natural green fern leaves. They're exactly matching. However, this is the nature created micro and visible leaves, and these are the nano iron oxide leaves that we synthesized in our lab. And with other conditions, we could get this type of beautiful uniform dendritic leaves of iron oxide. And we also synthesized goethite iron oxide nanoflakes in our lab with the different properties. This material has been used in various sensors and biomedical applications. So iron oxide nanoparticles, according to this report review article, with the different phases are used in various applications: catalyst, magnetic data storage, semiconductors, MRI, wastewater treatment, pigment, gas sensing, coating, lubricants, and also sorbents. And also it is being used in various biomedical applications like biosuppression, biosensor, MRI contrast, drug delivery, hyperthermia, tumor therapy, due to its super paramagnetism nature. And because of its enzyme like activities, it's been used in immunoassay, molecular detection, tumor theranostics, antibacterial biofilm, ROS regulation. And this is a spion. It's one of the hottest research topic nowadays. Super paramagnetic iron oxide materials are used in various biomedical applications. And because of this importance, this iron oxide and magnetic materials, uh, uh, you can see from this graph, we can understand the number of publications published in last one decade in this field, magnetic material. And this is the red line showing the expenditure in billions of dollars invested in United States towards this development of magnetic iron oxide materials for hyperthermia and biomedical applications. So this is the data retrieved from Scopus and from National Science Foundation. And the current market of this Fe3O4, which is the data taken from Merck, it is one of the biggest chemical manufacturer in the world. And this iron oxide nano powder, 50 to 100 nanometer particle size, for this 25 gram of this material cost 5,372. And if it is functionalized with some organic group like 5 nanometer iron oxide nanoparticles functionalized with carboxylic acid, look at this look at the cost. 1 ml of this suspension cost 78,788 rupees 1 ml. So this is the application of importance of the value of this iron oxide nano material. In addition to this iron oxide nanomaterials, in our lab we have also synthesized MOS2, molybdenum disulfide. It's also called molysulfide. It is the first inorganic two-dimensional materials similar to graphene. It has been used in various applications like electrocatalytic and photocatalytic water splitting in batteries, dielectric devices, mechanical composites, sensors, photocatalyst, supercapacitors, etc. In our lab, we have synthesized MOS2, molybdenum sulfide nano spongy cotton type material. This is the, and also we have synthesized microspheres of MOS2 made up of 2D sheets of molybdenum disulfide. You can see that this is the microspheres of MOS2, which are actually made up of 2D MOS2 sheets. You can see clearly see the uniform morphology of this material. For any uniform properties, the uniform morphology is very, very important. So this material also we have synthesized in our lab. And this is the current market value of this MOS2 nanoplatelets. MOS2 nanoplatelets, let's look at this. 25 milligrams of this material cost 32,734, which is costlier than gold. In our lab, we are also working on graphene. We know that graphene, for that Novoselov and Ekigam got Nobel Prize for this material. It's being used in various engineering and biomedical applications. In engineering, IoT and sensors, data storage materials, energy, health. In case of energy, it is being used in capacitors, fuel cells, solar cells, hydrogen production and storage, carbon dioxide capture and utilization, batteries, and you can name in any field, the graphene is there. In our lab, we have synthesized graphene oxide, reduced graphene oxide from graphene oxide. And we are also working on the composites of this RGO blended with all these inorganic nanomaterials, and we are studying the water splitting applications and sensor applications. The current value of this reduced graphene oxide, you can see that it is costlier than gold, 250 milligram. 250 milligram of graphene oxide, the cost is 22,288. This is the data taken from the Merck database. If it is if the reduced graphene oxide is combined with Mn3O4 and the suspension, the 5 ml of this suspension is 30,669. This is the value of this material. In our lab, we have also prepared various nano composites of reduced graphene oxide with other metal oxides, metal sulfides, and all. So we would like to study its applications in various fields. We have also synthesized ZNO nanoflowers in our lab. We know that ZNO is used in almost all the fields: photocatalyst, battery, electrode, solar cell, sensors, etc. And these are the materials, zinc oxide nanoflowers, that are being synthesized in our lab. You know that we are also working on doped zinc oxide, and this is the doped zinc oxide ink, which is prepared for inkjet printing, available in the Merck. You see that the cost of this material, 25 ml of this ink, is 25,152. We have prepared various zinc oxide doped with aluminum, copper, iron, etc. We are in the process of making the ink in our lab. And this is the elemental selenium nanostructures we have prepared in our lab. And you can see that uniform spheres with nano rods are formed. We are optimizing the conditions to get uniform morphology. However, there is no evidence, there is no data available in the Merck database for elemental nanostructures, the cost of this value. However, it's been used in various biomedical applications. Along with this, we have also prepared various nanostructures in our lab. We have worked on pure and dope nanometal oxides of all these oxides, and we have prepared sulfide and selenites of all these materials. We have prepared nano selenium, nano copper, nano nickel, and silver. And as I told you, we have prepared graphene oxide, RGO, graphitic carbon nitride, and we are expertise in doping rare earth and olivine cations and anions for all these materials. And we would also help in functionalizing these nanomaterials with silica, amine, and thiol group. So with this brief introduction, I would be happy to welcome you for further discussion. If you are ready to help us in studying biomedical applications of iron oxide nanomaterials, and the applications of our materials in solar cells, fuel cell batteries, and optoelectronic devices, and for sensors, I'm happy to discuss for possible collaboration. You can please mail me to this email for further discussion. Thank you. Uh, if you can share this video with your colleagues if you feel this is useful. Thank you very much.